I'm here in the Patriarch's Garden, and it is the most awarded garden in the whole of the Melbourne International Flower and Garden Show. Not only was it awarded gold, it was awarded the best in show and also the award for the best construction. And the man behind it all is Mark Browning from Cycas Landscape Design. Congratulations, Mark.
Thank you, Helen.
The Patriarch's Garden is an interesting title, but the meaning behind it is really important. Can you explain about that?
Certainly, happy to. The garden's a commemorative garden to my father who passed away last year, and his last outing before he went into palliative care was to last year's event. So I had some inspiration there to really honour him and honour the show for that matter.
Yes.
I love this event and I felt really inspired to come back and do something I've never done before.
So tell me how the design works. How have you put it together and how do the elements relate to the philosophy?
The central figure within the garden is the beautiful lump sculpture, cocoon sculpture.
So Lump Studios are probably the foremost Melbourne sculpture studio.
I think so. I love their work.
Yeah. So that's the focal
Yeah,
point.
so I suppose in a way that symbolises my father, and the two spines represent my family and my sister's family.
Right. So that's like a dry gully or a chasm or something down the centre?
Yeah, I wanted that just to be really contrasting to the foliage.
Yeah, because the pieces of rock are really massive, and I guess that's a great distinguishing point about your garden is it's quite unusual rock, and yet you've used it in different ways. You've used it for chasm walls, you've got it for stairs, you've got it for stepping stones. What rock is it?
It's BAM Bluestone from Port Fairy. It's used extensively throughout Melbourne.
So it's a local stone for this area?
Yeah, Port Fairy's down just in the Western District past Warrnambool. It's probably one of the most recently volcanic areas in Australia. This stone's about 8,000 years old, making it pretty young in the scheme of things for rocks. And it just has the most beautiful veining and has really low mineral content, so you don't get that rusting that you get out of a lot of bluestone.
And it would be very hard wearing.
Very hard wearing. Yeah.
And so you've got the chasm, you've got the sides of your family, and then this is almost like a cocoon space, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this is all about memories I have of camping with my dad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we used to go on camping trips. We had an old Land Rover.
Yeah.
And we used to, lug it up into the high country and go for a 4-day weekend, and this is just like sitting around a campfire as far as I'm concerned.
Well, this is probably a little more luxurious version of it.
Yeah, a little bit. Depends how cold it gets. But the whole idea was just really evoking that conversation sort of environment.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Our lives are dominated by television, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it's great to actually sit around in a circle and chat to people.
Now, tell me about the plant material that you've got here.
99.5% of the plant material I've used has come from Warner's Nursery.
So what we're looking at, the purple leaf behind you
that's
is
the Loropetalum plum gorgeous.
And you can see it's got a really hot pink flower, which is normally in spring, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Even though it's in flower now. And
There's
the
a few around though, if you look.
Yeah. And the tree behind you is a really fantastic tree, and it's one of my favourites. It's called a maidenhair tree or ginkgo.
It is my favourite.
Biloba.
I love it.
And it's just starting to turn in autumn. Those leaves will go bright butter yellow before falling
And they drop
off.
like that. So as far as a messy tree goes, they're messy for a day or two,
Yeah.
and then it's over.
Yeah.
And they have a lovely form when they're bare as well.
That's a good point. And this glossy foliage behind us, what's
That's
that?
Raphiolepis intermedia.
So
it is that one.
I'm going to translate that. That's an Indian hawthorn.
Indeed.
Raphiolepis.
And this is a Michelia white caviar.
So this is a bit like an evergreen magnolia with a small flower, very fragrant white flower in spring.
Yeah, not dissimilar to a port wine magnolia, really. And we've got the bay tree behind it. That's the green stem bay, which is a new one.
Yeah, so it's a good example of a plant that you could have as a good hedging plant, but it's also edible.
Definitely. My planting palette was meant to be sort of working up from a coastal theme that really highlighted that stone, I suppose, through the gorge there with the correas and the Cape Rush, and then just coming up to just these maples that frame the sculpture and working around a really lush environment through here and then just greening out down through that bottom space.
So have you had good feedback from all the people visiting the show today?
I have, yeah. The whole intention of this garden was to put a smile on people's face.
Yeah.
And have people being down there wanting to be up here.
Yes.
But I've seen a lot of people walk away and, smiling.
And they're smiling because they can relate to your story.
Yeah, they can. It's, and Kidney Health Australia are involved in this garden. My dad died of kidney disease, hence the kidney shape here.
Oh, I see. I'm glad you pointed that out because I hadn't noticed.
Even the stepping stones are kidney shaped, I noticed.
But you did tell me also that you chose the red fabric again.
That's Kidney Australia, that's their
That's
colour.
the charity's colour.
Yeah, the funny thing is my dad was, he was one of 56 people that day that died of kidney disease. That's the way it works.
So you're helping to bring focus and awareness
I
to
think it's
that.
a great cause.
Yeah.
It's like any other health issue, you know. Men in particular don't pay enough attention to it. So, yeah, that's
great.
it.
That's really good work. Well, thank you very much for sharing about your garden and congratulations. It's a huge
Thanks, Helen.
success.
Yeah, it's thanks.